Hello students, welcome you all in the lecture series of strength of material. Today we are going to discuss compound stresses. Okay. So till now we have seen that we are having normal stresses. Let's say we have a member which is subjected to the normal stresses. Normal stresses means normal to the surface. Okay. So these stresses are normal stress. Okay. Let's say sigma x, sigma x. Sometimes we have seen that we have shear stresses. Shear stresses are parallel to the surface. Okay. Shear stresses are parallel to the surface. Okay. Let's say this is tau xy and tau, this is also tau xy. Okay. So these are the normal stresses and shear stresses. But if we have a condition when the member is subjected to both normal and shear stresses, then the stresses are known as the combined stresses. Okay. We have, let's say, in practical situation always the member is subjected to, these are the ideal situation. Okay. In practical situation the member is always subjected to the combined stresses. Combined stresses means member is subjected to normal stresses, member is subjected to shear stresses. Okay. And here we are taking the case of the biaxial stress condition when the stresses sigma x is acting on the member, sigma x is acting, and in the y direction we have sigma y. Sigma means the normal stresses, in the y direction we have sigma y, and on these planes the shear stress is also acting. Let's say this is tau xy, and this is tau y, tau xy. Such situation, okay, this situation is known as the combined stresses. Okay. So we can define that a point is said to be under combined stresses when it is subjected to both normal and shear stresses due to load acting on the component. Okay. So the objective of this topic is we have to analyze the practical situation. Okay. So in case of combined stresses we have to derive the relation for the maximum normal stress and the normal stress and shear stress on a particular plane. Okay. So the analysis we will done, okay, step by step. So the first thing is we have to take some general sign convention. Okay. So the general sign convention we are taking that the tensile stress we will take as a positive. Okay. Compressive stresses we will take negative. Okay. These are the general sign convention which we follow to derive the relations. Okay. So these are the sign conventions. Third point, we will take the clockwise couple. Okay. Clockwise couple we will consider as a positive. Counterclockwise we will take negative, and angle in measured in the sense of clockwise we will take as a positive, and angle measured in anti-clockwise direction we will take as a negative. Okay. So the tensile stress, okay. So the tensile stress we will compare from here. Tensile stress sigma x, this is a tensile stress which is going to increase the length of the member. So these stresses sigma x we will take as a positive. Okay. In the y direction also we will have tensile stress, then this sigma y we will take as a positive. Now the clockwise couple, the meaning of clockwise couple is we will take the pair of shear stress on the parallel plane forming clockwise couple. Okay, so we can observe that tau xy. Okay, earlier we have discussed that complementary shear stresses are equal in nature. So that we can say that these stresses are equal in nature. Okay, so this tau xy is producing a clockwise couple. Okay, tau xy here and tau xy here, these are producing a clockwise couple. So the clockwise couple, we will take this as a positive. Okay, and tau xy, this is tau xy and this is tau xy, so they are going to produce a clockwise. Okay, again they are producing anti-clockwise, and this tau xy is producing clockwise. So these clockwise we will take as a positive, this anti-clockwise we will take as a negative. Okay, let's say the shear stress was acting like that. Okay, so this shear stress we will consider as a negative. Okay, then angle measured, let's say we are measuring some angle. Okay, let's say we have taken one plane. Okay, one plane, and we are measuring angle in the clockwise direction, angle from here to here, we are moving from here to here. So we will consider this one as a positive, and if we are observing angle from here to here, means we are moving anti-clockwise, so this angle we will take as a negative. Okay, so the main thing is that we have to follow the sign conventions. Sign convention means tensile stress we will take positive, compressive stress we will take negative. The couple shear stresses forming the couple in the clockwise sense we will take as a positive, anti-clockwise we will take negative, angle measured in the clockwise sense we will take positive, and in anti-clockwise direction we will take as a negative. Okay, so now we are taking a case on which the topic is very much important, and in major part we are having questions in the competitive examinations also. Okay, so let's say we are having a member, okay, which is subjected to the combined stresses, Okay, combined stresses means sigma x is acting in the opposite direction, this will also be sigma x. Okay, sigma x in the y direction we are having sigma y, in the negative y direction this is sigma y. This is positive plane, positive direction, stress is positive. Negative plane, negative direction, stress is again positive. That part I have already discussed. Now the shear stress which is acting, okay, so this part, this is tau x y. Now complementary shear stresses will be opposite here and here, this is tau x y. Okay, now we are having the member subjected to the combined stresses, and our objective is we want to develop a formula, we want to develop a relation, so that we can calculate the normal and shear stress on a particular plane. Okay, so what we are going to calculate, objective is the expression for normal and shear stress, on an oblique plane, So first objective is we have to develop expression for normal and shear stress on an oblique plane. Okay, oblique plane meaning this is the member. Okay, so this is the member, we are taking a plane on this member plane, like that. We are taking a plane which is making an angle of theta from the sigma x plane. Okay, let's say this is A, this one is B, okay, this is point C and this is point D and this point is E, okay. So we have taken a plane, this is nothing but a plane, okay, in 3-dimensional we can see, let's say we are having depth in z direction. So this is a plane, okay. So this is the plane, on which plane we have to calculate normal stress and shear stress, on which plane we have to calculate normal stress and shear stress. On this plane we have to calculate normal stress and shear stress, and the location of plane is given that the location of plane is angle theta from plane CD, okay. So this is the plane CD, and on this plane, from this plane, our plane of objective is making an angle of theta, okay. On this plane we will have normal stress, okay. On this plane we will have normal stress, and on this plane we will have shear stress. So we have considered the direction, let's say this is sigma n and this is tau s, okay. What we are doing, our member is subjected to combined stresses, and by taking all the loads we are calculating the normal stress and shear stress on a particular plane, and that location of that plane is given by an angle theta, okay. So this is the objective plane, okay. Objective plane we have to calculate the normal stress and shear stress on this plane, okay. The thickness of the element we are taking unit, okay. The thickness of the element we are taking as a unit. Now we are drawing the free body diagram of this element, because the combined element is in equilibrium. So this element E, C, D will also be in the equilibrium. So we are drawing the element which is E, C, D, okay. On E, C, D we are drawing all the forces, okay. We are having stresses, okay, and force will be equal to stress is equal to force divided by area, then force will be equal to stress multiplied by area, okay. Let's say force due to sigma x, force due to sigma x will be equal to stress multiplied by area means this is the length CD, and multiplied by thickness we have taken unit. So force due to this member will be equal to sigma x CD into 1, okay. In the same manner we can calculate this one, sigma y, force due to sigma y will be equal to sigma y multiplied by area will be equal to AD multiplied by thickness unit, this is ED, because we are taking the member this one, okay. So this is ED multiplied by 1, okay. In the same manner we will take all the forces and we will draw all the equilibrium equations which are possible, okay. So here we will have the sigma x, force will be equal to, we are calculating force, okay. Then sigma x length will be equal to CD, here we are having CD, then sigma x CD multiplied by 1, sigma x CD multiplied by 1. On this member we are taking only this member, okay. We are taking E, C, D member. In this part sigma y multiplied by, we are taking forces, then force will be equal to sigma y ED multiplied by 1, okay. So on this member we are having this tau xy and this tau xy, both the stresses we will consider. So this force in the y direction, negative y direction, we will have tau xy multiplied by length is CD, thickness 1. We are calculating force is stress multiplied by area, and here again this is tau xy, here we are having ED multiplied by 1, okay. In now we have considered all the forces. Now we are having the normal stress sigma n, then the force will be equal to sigma n into EC multiplied by 1. Here we are having tau s, then tau s multiplied by EC multiplied by 1. So we have taken all the forces. Now we have taken all the forces which are acting on the member ECD. Okay, this force, force due to tau xy, force due to tau xy, force due to sigma n, force due to sigma n. Now the member is in equilibrium, so we will draw all the forces. Okay, we can consider this element as a very small element, or we can consider the whole, all the forces are acting at a point. Okay, so now we are drawing all the forces at a point. Okay, be careful that we have to draw all the forces, and this angle was theta. We are drawing all the forces. Now this is the point. Okay, sigma x, due to sigma x, this force sigma x multiplied by CD, 1 we are taking away, then sigma x multiplied by CD here, and the another force which is acting in the x direction is tau xy into ED, tau xy into ED. So this tau xy into ED is also acting in x direction. Now in y direction, in the negative y direction, we are having sigma y in and ED in y direction. This force is also acting, and the force is tau xy into CD. Okay, in the direction of normal stress. Now we can consider this line also, and here the normal forces are acting, sigma n multiplied by EC, and along this plane we are having tau s into EC. Now we have drawn all the forces. Okay, this angle is theta, so we can consider that this angle is also theta, this angle is theta, then this angle is also theta, and if this angle is theta, we can extend this line also. This is 90 minus theta, then this angle will also be equal to theta. Okay, so we have drawn all the forces. Okay, on the point, we have drawn all the forces. Okay, we have drawn all the forces on the point. Okay, we have drawn all the forces on the point. Now we will take the equilibrium conditions, means forces along one plane equal to 0. Okay, and that plane we are, first plane we are taking, okay, taking the normal stress plane. Okay, so we will consider that all the forces which are acting in this direction, all the forces which are acting in this direction, and we will resolve all the forces of these forces negative to this direction. Then we will consider the tau x axis. Okay, first we will take sigma n axis, then we will consider the tau x axis. Now the sigma n axis. Okay, along the sigma n direction, we are balancing the load. Okay, now be careful that we are considering the forces in sigma n direction. Okay, in the upward direction we are having sigma n EC equal to all the forces in the negative to sigma n direction. So these forces are sigma x into CD component, this angle is theta, then cos theta, then tau xy ED cos theta, then sigma y ED sin theta, and component of this force along this line. Okay, so we are balancing this sigma x CD into cos theta plus sigma y ED into sin theta plus tau xy ED into cos theta. We are balancing the force along the sigma n plus tau xy CD multiplied by sin theta. Okay, so we have balanced along the sigma n line, this line, along this line, this one equal to all the forces acting in the negative of n direction. ठीक है. Okay, then now we are calculating the value of sigma n. Sigma n will be equal to now the sigma n will be equal to sigma x CD divided by EC into cos theta plus sigma y ED divided by EC sin theta plus tau xy ED divided by EC. We have divided by EC. Okay, cos theta plus tau xy CD divided by EC into sin theta. Okay. So we have taken this part. Okay. From here, from this equilibrium member, we can calculate the value of sin theta and cos theta. Okay. So from here we can say that the sin theta is equal to ED divided by EC, and cos theta will be equal to CD divided by EC. Okay. So this part we will count here. That will be equal to sigma x CD divided by EC. CD divided by EC is cos theta. And we will have cos square theta. Cos theta multiplied by cos theta plus sigma y. This ED divided by EC is sin theta. So we will have sin square theta, sin theta plus tau xy ED divided by EC. Means sin theta cos theta plus this part tau xy CD divided by EC is cos theta, and cos theta and sin theta. Okay. This is the equation for normal sigma x cos square theta plus sigma y sin square theta plus this one is the two terms 2 tau xy sin theta and cos theta. Okay. Again we can write sigma x cos square theta plus sigma y sin square theta plus tau xy. This is 2 sin theta cos theta means sin 2 theta. Okay. So this is the expression of normal stress. This is the expression for normal stress acting on the plane which was making angle theta from the plane CD. Okay. Plane CD. Again we can simplify this equation also. This simplification is we will convert this cos square theta and sin square theta in terms of cos 2 theta. So we can say that cos 2 theta is 2 cos square theta minus 1. Okay. So we can take cos square theta from here. Cos square theta will be equal to this one 1 plus cos 2 theta by 2. Again cos 2 theta we can write 1 minus 2 sin square theta. Then from here we can write sin square theta is 1 minus cos 2 theta by 2. Then sigma n we can write, this is also important expression, but this equation again we can simplify. Sigma n is equal to sigma x cos square theta. Cos square theta is 1 plus cos 2 theta by 2 plus sigma y 1 minus cos 2 theta by 2 plus we are having tau xy sin 2 theta. Okay. Then sigma n we can take sigma x plus sigma y by 2, sigma x plus sigma y by 2, again we are simplifying it, plus sigma x minus sigma y by 2 into cos 2 theta plus tau xy sin 2 theta. So this is the main expression. For for normal stress on an oblique plane, and the location of plane is given by angle theta. Now the second part, now we have balanced the normal stress. Now we will balance the shear stress. Okay, the shear stress tau s means the shear force which is acting in this direction. Now we have to take this direction. We have already taken this direction. We will take component of all the force in this direction. So we will balance, we will take components and we will balance this, we will balance all the forces along this direction. Okay, then now the balance will be like tau s into EC, tau s into EC plus this is acting. Okay, plus means component of this force will also act in this direction, component of this tau xy will act in this direction, and these components will be negative. Okay, then tau xy ed into sin theta, tau xy ed into sin, this is cos theta is here, this is 90 minus theta, and this component will be equal to the sin theta. Okay, plus sigma x cd into sin theta. Okay, and this one equal to component of all the forces in negative direction, minus, or we can equate this one sigma we can equate this one equal to sigma y into ed cos theta plus tau xy cd into cos theta. ed component here, cos theta, tau xy cd component here will be equal to this force. Now again we have to calculate tau s. Tau s will be equal to now this sigma x will be minus sigma x cd, and we are dividing by EC also. Then this is sigma divided by EC into sin theta plus sigma y ed divided by EC into cos theta minus tau xy ed divided by EC sin theta plus tau xy cd divided by EC into cos theta. Okay, now we have taken all the values. Now again we will convert this one by in sin theta and cos theta, and it comes sigma x minus sigma x cd by EC is cos theta. Then here we are having cos theta sin theta plus sigma y ed divided by EC sin theta, we are having sin theta and cos theta minus tau x y ed by EC sin theta, here again we are having sin theta means sin square theta, and plus tau xy, this is cos square theta. Now tau s is coming, we are comparing this one, and this will become minus sigma x minus sigma y sin theta and cos theta minus sigma x minus sigma y sin theta cos theta. Okay, then we are having, then we will have plus inside the bracket we are having minus tau xy sin square theta. Again we are writing sin square theta and cos square theta in terms of cos 2 theta. Then tau xy we will have sin square theta is 1 minus cos 2 theta by 2 plus tau xy cos square theta is 1 minus cos square theta is 1 plus cos 2 theta by 2. Okay, cos 2 theta by 2. Here we will have sin theta cos theta multiplied by 2 divided by 2, and this is sin 2 theta minus sigma x minus sigma y by 2 sin 2 theta plus we are having tau xy we have taken by 2, we have taken common, then we will have minus 1 plus cos 2 theta plus 1 plus cos 2 theta bracket close, this minus cancel out, cos 2 theta means 2 cos 2 theta, 2 cancel out, Finally, we will have tau s minus sigma x minus sigma y by 2 sin 2 theta plus tau xy cos 2 theta. So this is the expression for shear stress on an oblique plane. Okay. So today we have considered, I will repeat in one line. Today we have taken a case of combined stresses. Okay, combined stresses, we are having forces in x direction, y direction, and we have taken the value of shear stress also. This is sigma x, this is sigma y, and this is tau xy. Then we have considered a plane at an angle of theta, and we have measured the normal stress and shear stress on this plane. Normal stress sigma n, we have reached sigma x plus sigma y by 2 plus sigma x minus sigma y by 2 cos 2 theta plus tau xy sin 2 theta, and tau s is minus sigma x minus sigma y by 2 into sin 2 theta plus tau xy cos 2 theta. Okay. So these are the expression for normal stress and shear stress on a particular plane, and the location of plane is given by angle theta. Okay. So this is it for today. Thank you.